Hey guys, welcome back to another 1 hour Pilates practice. We're using our body, a mat, and let's go ahead and begin. We're going to start lying on our back for class. And we'll begin with the knees bent and feet grounded to the floor. I just don't want you to take a moment here to line your knees and feet up with your hip bone so it's a nice narrow stance. All 10 toes pointing forward. The arms have length down beside them. Or beside your body rather, not beside them. Pardon me. And then angled slightly away from your body. Palms are turned up to face the sky so that your shoulders can really begin to roll open and your chest can broaden. The crown of your head is going to reach to the back of your mat to elongate your cervical spine. Your chin landing as though you're holding a tennis ball nicely between the chin and the chest. Let the eyes close here in space, bringing the focus inward. I want us first to connect our mind and body. We do that through our Pilates breathing. So we'll start by taking a deep inhale through the nose. Softly purse your lips and exhale a steady stream of air out through the mouth. Good. Again, breathing in deeply, make sure to fill all the way up. Steady on your exhale, but make sure that you empty out completely down to the very bottom. Then breathing in, the breath pulls from the pit of the belly, lifts into the ribs, and then fills to the top of the chest. Breathing out, you want to empty from the top of your chest, press down through your ribs, squeeze out through lower belly. Expansion of the ribs as you breathe in and fill up your lungs. Knitting your ribs back to midline. Pushing the breath out. I want you to keep that ease with your inhale, but I really want you to force the breath out with power now. Each exhale will be audible and strong. When you breathe in with ease, your abdominal muscles relax, release, and let go. But then when you exhale with power, you're going to feel those muscles activating, contraction of the core, firming up of the belly. Let's continue to stay here with this breath. Focus on building up the relationship between that and your powerhouse. See if you can pull the abs in more deeply each time you breathe out. Let's stay here for 4 more rounds. I want you here to also clear the mind. Set everything aside. Let's be present for practice. Got a couple more rounds. Inhaling. Squeeze it out. Last time here, breath in, fill up. As you exhale, open the eyes. Next, I'd like us to work with pelvic neutrality. So finding a neutral pelvic bowl, and imagine this pelvic bowl were a bowl of water. When you breathe in, I want you to tip back on your pelvis, allowing water to spill towards your navel. Then as you exhale, tilt your pelvis forward, spilling water towards your heels. So we're going to rock back on our pelvis, breathing in, the small of your back rounds in, the tailbone curls up. And then exhale, we're going to rock forward with the pelvis so that the tailbone roots down, but the small of the back lifts up. One more time, tilting back, breathing in, tipping forward, breathing out. From here, I just want you to find that sweet spot right in between those two endpoints. And there we find pelvic neutrality. Beautiful. Next inhale, we're going to turn the head slowly, looking over the right shoulder. Breathing out, then the head slowly swivels to look over the left shoulder. Now we're working on rotational movement for cervical spine. Inhale, back to the right shoulder again. Take your time to arrive, no need to rush. Exhale at the bottom of the breath out. Look to your left shoulder again. One more each direction, breath in, feeling the head as it rolls across the floor. Exhale over to the left side. And then go ahead and return your head back to a centered space. From here, we're going to interlace the fingers next and take our hands to the back of the head. I want you to cup the base of your skull right before your neck begins. And then I want you to lift your arms up and point your elbows to the sky to where your arms are really closely framing your head so that it's a stabilizer for keeping the head heavy in hands. Let's take a breath in. Breathe out. The back of your head is going to lift off of the floor and your chin presses into your chest. So you're using your arm and hand strength to do the work. Let's go ahead and lower the head to the floor, breathing in. Again, exhaling, back of head and back of neck lift off the ground and chin dives into chest. Lower down, take a breath in. One more time here. So keeping head heavy, lift it off the floor, chin pressing down. Stretch the back of your neck down through your shoulder blades. Lower your head back to the floor when you take a breath in. When you exhale, just open the arms up really wide and now breathe in. We're going to use our core strength now. Firm up your belly and peel up your head, neck, and shoulders. Keep your chin fist distance from your chest this time rather than it diving in. Lower to the mat, breathing in. So instead of using our arms, we're now using our abs. So exhale, belly pulls in deep and head, neck, and shoulders peel up. Eyes towards navel, but chin still fist distance from chest. Lower down, breathing in. Let's do 4 more of these. As we lift up, I want you to feel the energy of your arms pulling back as they have a tendency to close in. Lower on and inhale. 3 more times, keep that pelvic neutrality so we're not tilting the pelvis back. Lower, breathing in. 2 more times. Good. Breath in, breathe in, come down. Last time, wide arms. Good. Lower to the ground when you take a breath in. Release your hands, lift your arms to the sky as you breathe out. Shoulder mobility will be next. Inhaling now, we take the backs of shoulders, lift them off the ground and reach the fingertips to the sky. As you breathe out, those shoulders plug into sockets. Let's do that again. Shrug the shoulders up on an inhale. Anchor them down on the exhale. We'll do a couple more. Reach to the sky, breath in. Plug the shoulders into sockets, breathing out. Last time here, inhale, reach to the sky. Hi, Hogan, you make an appearance. Exhale, anchor the shoulders in and then keep that anchoring. When you inhale now, both arms slowly start reaching behind you. As they start reaching back, make sure your ribs stay sealed in tight. Exhaling, open the arms up wide and then sweep them in beside you. Fingertips stretch to your heels. Again, arms lift up and over, spine stays imprinted to the floor. And then exhale, open arms out, circle them back down. We'll do 2 more of these. Feeling this movement really stemming from your shoulder joints. Once more, breath in, up and over. Belly tightens and then I circle on through. Now, similar movement with our arms, but adding in some core work. Arms overhead, just like we once had. Breathe in. Now exhale, scoop up your belly, lift up your head and shoulders, pull the arms through to hover now. They're going to land. Come back to the floor, reach arms back on an inhale. Two more of these. Coming down, reaching back, breathing in. Firming up, scooping up, peeling up, hovered. Last time, head and shoulders to mat, arms reach back, spine imprinted. Peel up your head, your neck, your shoulders. Arms sweep down to hover. Then let's pulse the arms and keep everything else in the body still and steady. Breath. 5, 4, 3, good. 2, 1. Let's rest down. Arms to ground, head and shoulders to ground. Maybe just some head turns again, side to side to recover and release. So for class today, we're going to mix in a little bit of warming up, stretching with some core strengthening as well. Let's come back into stillness. Keep the arms really close to our body. Press them firm to the ground and take an inhale. I want you to use your core strength, exhaling to lift your feet off the ground. Slowly bring the knees towards your chest and then place your hands on your knees for support. We're using our hands for guidance. Let's begin to draw circles with the legs. Both of your legs move together in the same direction, so either clockwise or counter. And this will help to start massaging and rolling out the lower back region just above the tailbone. Take a moment to pause and just reverse direction. Big breaths in and steady exhales out. Wonderful. Let's go ahead and bring the legs back into stillness and nicely centered. Let's slide the hands above the knees, right to the beginning of our thighs here. And I want you to start to push the legs away until you can feel your tailbone ground back down to the floor. Typically, that's when our knees stack above our hips. Let's keep the knees here. And from there, let's pull the ankles up so they are level with the knees. We're creating a 90-degree angle. Arms are going to be either down at your side. If you want more stability during this, instead take the arms out to a T. If you're wanting a little bit more heat, instead lift your arms to the sky. Toe taps, moving one leg at a time, and the shape of our legs will never leave this 90-degree form. Breathe in, your right leg begins to lower downward. You might be able to tip the toes, but don't feel like it's a requirement. Exhale, use your core strength to pull the leg back up to starting position. So take the left leg now down to a level that you can maintain and control. Lift up that left leg. 3 more each side. Right side coming downward. So this is a core exercise to where a lot of the times our hip flexors start to take over. So just be mindful. It pulls up into the abdominal region, supporting you here. 2 more to each. Right side, breathing in, coming down. Make sure that the knees don't start pulling in closer to you, as they have a tendency to also do that. Let's do 1 more each side. Right side coming down on an inhale. Using your ab strength and breath power, lifting on the exhale. Last one here, breath in, left side coming down. Pull up slow. Once both legs have stacked to table, bring the knees in, place your hands on your knees. And now on a breath in, I want to use our hands to pull our legs apart, open them up nice and wide. This is for the hips. Circle the legs around, breathing out, and bring them back in together again. So we're working on the mobility with our joints, with the opening of the legs, wide as you can take them. The circling around helps to now massage out the hip flexors in the front of the body. So we're going to go ahead and do 4 more of these. Take your time. Really pull the legs open and then circle through. You might even start to feel a stretch in the inner thighs and groin, depending upon your tightness in body. 2 more. Last time here, legs open wide, and then they circle around. When they reconnect, keep the knees pulled in and just bring the arms back alongside you. What I want us to do next is work on the idea of opposing energies. So for the majority of not only our stretching, but our strengthening and toning exercises, there's always going to be that within them. Energy up and energy down, energy forward, but also energy back, energy to the right, but also energy to the left. When we work with opposing energies, it forces more muscles within our body to work and help stabilize us. So this is going to be a really great example of that opposing energy, and the energies we're working with is energy forward and energy back through single leg stretch. So keeping the arms close in and pressed down as stabilizers. I want you to feel the energy right now of your knees pulling into you. So there's that energy back. Okay. Then I want you to take your left leg and slowly extend it away from the body with pointed toes. Now, when you extend your leg, it being higher has more ease. Taking the leg lower is going to have more intensity and heat. So you want to feel the extended legs, toes stretched forward, the bent legs, knee energy pulling back. Here we go. Inhale to switch them out, and exhale to switch again. Just be mindful, everything else in your body is a statue, not moving, not wobbling, not unbalanced, right? So we want to use our abdominal strength to support the movement of our legs, but also to keep the stillness within our upper half. You can hover the arms, you can lift the head, neck, and shoulders for more intensity if you wish. Breath in, breath out. Let's do 3 more. Inhaling, so one leg pulls in, other leg stretches out. We're just so used to focusing on the extended leg, but the other side definitely has some purpose. One more cycle. Inhale, exhale. Good. Then the leg that's extended, bring it to body. Lower head if it were up, hands to knees. Rock gently side to side. Okay. Let's now take both hands on the right knee and stretch the left leg all the way to the floor. Ground it down. I want you to use both of your hands to really hug that right leg in close to you. This will help to stretch your glute and your lower back on the right hand side. As you keep the leg hugged in, you're also going to begin to draw circles with the right foot, which really helps to warm up through the ankle. Reverse direction here. Good. Foot then coming into stillness. Right arm opening out to its side. The palm is turned up. The shoulder is plugged down. Using your left hand, let's gently guide that leg across the body to the left side as you begin looking over your right shoulder and ease into a spinal twist. Take your time to arrive. It takes our bodies a bit of time to acclimate into rotation. So let your exhales settle you more. Two more rounds of breath. Inhale. Exhale. One more time here. Breath in big. I want you to activate your abs when you breathe out to gently unravel the body. Return to center. From this space, I want you to release your right knee and ground the foot, and then bend your left leg and ground that foot. From that position, I want both of your legs to slowly lower over to your left side. We're going to interlace fingers, take hands to the back of the head. I want us next to focus on engaging the waistline, the obliques. So let's breathe in right here. Exhale, cinch into that right side, and let's lift the head and shoulders up. Lower, breathe in. So this is a really small lift due to the positioning of our body and twist. Exhale, lift it, and then lower. Again. Good, come down. Lift. Good, take it to the floor. 4 more, 4. Bring it down. So feeling that all really hug in nice and tight in the waist. Coming down, breathe in 2 more times. Good, lowering. One last time, let's lift up and only lower down half of the way. From your waist, you're gonna pulse, pulse, pulse. Little guys. 3, pump up. 2, breathe big. 1, good. Take it all the way down. Once you have, let's center those legs, release the hands, arms beside us. Let's then bring the left leg in with both hands on the knee, and the right leg stretches all the way down and anchors to the floor. Using your hands, let's hug the left leg in. Again, this helps to stretch the glute, helps to stretch the lower back. Just be mindful your shoulders aren't tensing up to your ears. They're pulled nicely away from. With that leg hugged, let's also circle the left foot. Take your time finding range of motion here in the body. Let's reverse direction. Wonderful. Foot will come into stillness. Left arm opens to its side, palm up, shoulder down. Yeah. Right hand is going to help guide that left leg across as you look over left shoulder and ease. Take your time. Don't force it. Don't rush it, but coming into spinal twist. It might take a few handfuls of breath here to really settle into form. Couple more. Last time here, we breathe in big. Firm up that belly. Exhale, slowly unravel yourself into center. From center, release your left foot to the ground, bend your right knee and ground that foot. Let's take both legs over to the right side of our workspace. Stacked or slightly staggered. We're then interlacing fingers, hands to back of the head. Now we're going to focus on the left side of our body, activating. Take an inhale. Exhale, head and shoulders come up. Lower on a breath in. Again. Good. Take it down. Good. Feel that left side really working hard to lift you. Coming down. 4 more. 4. Lower. 3 more. Good. 2 more times. Bring it on down. Last one, we lift up, but we only lower halfway. Then we pulse through the waist. Steady breathing. 3, 2, 1. Take it on down. Release. Bring the legs back through center. Remove the hands and take the arms down at your sides. We're going to work next a little bit with the outer hip and glute region. Let's next take the right ankle, cross it over the left knee. I want you to actively flex your right foot and just really briefly take your right hand to your inner thigh and gently push the leg away from you. Pushing the leg out opens a bit more hip space, which will be helpful for our stretch. Your hand can stay here if that feels right for you. You could really sit down if you'd like to. Just make sure that the right leg doesn't start closing in. I also want you to make sure here for a moment that your left ankle is stacked underneath the knee. Let's take a breath in while we're here. Breathing out, I want your legs to slowly lean a bit to the left side. And then let's come back through center, breathing in. Let's do that again. Take your time, leaning your legs to the left. It's going to change the stretch just a little bit here, wrapping through to the glute. Come back to center on an inhale. I want us to do 1 more before we add on 3 total here. So last one, we're going to lean slow with our legs over to the left. And then let's return the legs to center. I'd like us to do the same thing, but this time with our left leg lifted up, held from the back with both hands. Hands may have to slide down closer towards the hips to let the shoulders relax. Let's now breathe in again to the right hip. Feels a little bit more intense here. Let's exhale, slowly lean again to the left side. Same stretch, different intensity. Yeah, come back to center when you breathe in. Again, as you exhale, take your time shifting over. We want to feel everything that's going on here. Center, breathe in. We don't just want to get to our end points. We want to notice the journey. Let's take it again. Exhaling over to the left side. Breathing in, we come back to center. And then once you've centered, exhale, release your left leg and ground your foot back to the floor. Just make sure 2 things. The foot not only lines up with its hip, but also, again, the ankle stacked beneath knee. Arms beside us. Let's inhale. Now breathe out. Press your left foot down, both arms down, and lift your hips up towards bridge. Lower back down, breathing in. So this also helps to kind of open and stretch out that hip. Exhale, arms press down and hips pull up. Right, so there's that opposing energy. Roll back down, breathe in. Up energy, down energy. Once more, exhale, arms push in, hips press up. Let's hold here. Turn your palms to face one another. On an inhale, let's slowly lift those arms off the floor, reach them to the sky and slowly behind us. Exhale, lift the arms back up and lower them back to the floor. Feel them press down so the hips can lift up. Now dig that left heel to the floor. Inhale, arms reach up and overhead. And then exhale, the arms slowly come down. Keep your belly in nice and firm. Last time here, arms reach back, breathe in. Arms pull forward and come down, breathing out. Anchor them in again. Soften your spine, roll to the earth. And then let's go ahead and uncross that right foot. We're going to switch sides. Left ankle over the right knee, flexing in the heel. pushing out of that left leg, using your hand for assistance at first. The hand can remain here or can be released if you'd like it to. We're going to inhale into the left hip now. As you're breathing out, both legs are now going to slowly lean to the right side. And then pull it back to center. So I want you to feel the energy of your left leg pushing out. I want you to feel the energy of your right knee kind of pressing into the left foot. Let's do that again. So feel that. That sometimes can help engage the stretch a little bit more. Bring the legs back to center when you breathe in. One more time before we add to it. Slow shift to the right side. Return to center. And then let's go ahead and lift up the right leg now. Hold it from behind with your hands. Sliding the hands down towards the hip if you feel like your shoulders have tensed up to your ears. Let's now take another breath in. We're going to lean again to the right side, breathing out. Feels a little bit more fiery now. Center on an inhale. Again, as you breathe out, your legs lean to the right side. Center, breathe in. Let's do that once again, yeah? Exhale over to the right. Then go ahead, breathe in back to center. As you exhale, release your right leg. Make sure the foot grounds in line with the hip and also that the ankle stacks underneath the knee. Arms close in, press down firm. Let's have the palms turn in all ready to start. Let's inhale. Now breathe out, the arms press down with the energy, the hips press up with the energy. Squeeze your right glute. Roll down, breathe in. Again, right foot and both arms press down, hips, energy, lift up. Come back down again, breathing in. One more time here. Exhale, dig your right foot in, lift your hips up and hold, belly tight. Inhale, both arms reach up and back. And then as the arms lower back in front of you, make sure your hips don't start sinking down. They will have a temptation to do that. Arms overhead when you inhale. Lift them and pull them down in front of you on the exhale. One more time, belly firm, right leg strong, overhead with your arms, breathing in. Lifting the arms up, pulling them down slowly as you breathe out. Once the arms have grounded, roll back down to the earth and uncross your left foot and ground it to the floor. Wonderful. I want us to work next on stretching the backs of our legs. We're going to do that through, of course, just plain old stretching, but we're going to offer in some core strengthening as well. So to start this, I want us to start with an ab exercise and then pull into stretch. So we're going to first begin with climbing the tree. That's the name of the exercise. So what we're going to do here is lift the right leg up to the sky and actively point the toes. When we point our toes, or if we flex our feet, either way, pointing provides a little bit more length, it activates your leg muscles, which means it's going to help support this lift. It's going to support this hold. So now your right leg is that said tree that we're going to climb. We're climbing up and down this tree, starting at the base of the trunk and lifting as high as we can go through the strength of our abdominals. So yes, our hands are going to be walking hand over hand, coming up, and hand under hand coming down. But the grip of our hands is very light, barely touching the leg, again, forcing our ab strength to do all the work. So let's begin by holding that leg down low by our hip. Let's take a breath in. Exhaling, head, neck, and shoulders begin to peel up and we climb for 4. 4, 3, 2, 1. Looking towards the foot, dropping the shoulders down. Take a breath in here. Exhale, climb down, hand under hand. 4, 3, 2, and then you return to base. Breathe in again. Second climb up. 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay lifted and inhale. Then climb back down. 4, 3, 2, 1. So we don't want that leg to shift at all. Let's do 2 more. Exhaling. Climbing down.
Last one here, breath in big, start it off, and then exhale to work. I want us to hold our lift, breathe in. When we exhale, use both hands now to draw the leg a little closer to the body. Release that, pull back when you inhale. Let's do that again. Exhale. Bring the leg a little closer in. Release the pull back, breathe in. This time, exhale, we pull the leg in, we hold the leg in, and then we lower our head and shoulders down. And now let's focus on the stretch to the hamstring. So tailbone anchored, leg straight and strong. You can extend your left leg out to the floor here for a little bit more intensity for stretch. Shoulders soft, neck long, big breaths in, steady breaths out. Good. Continuing to hold this stretch. Let's also flex now that right foot. And then again, point through the toes. Adding in some calf stretch here. Flex the foot, heel to sky. Point through your toes. Let's do that again. Flex. Good. Point. And we're going to go ahead and let that foot relax, the stretch release. We'll bend the knee, ground the foot. We're going to switch sides, starting with climbing the tree exercise. So left leg extends straight up, toes pointed, and then hands down at the base. Let's breathe in. Climbing up for 4. Breathe in for the hold and drop your shoulders. Climb down, 4. Right back to the bottom where we inhale again. Further work, we climb. Stay here and inhale. Work your way down. 2 more times, breath in big. Bring it up. Big inhale. Take it down. 1 more here, inhaling. Climb it up. Stay lifted in, breathe in. Keeping your exhale, pull the leg in a little closer to your body. Release the pull back with the arms, breathing in. Again. Push it away on an inhale. This last one, we pull the leg in, we hold it in, we lower head and shoulders down. If you'd like to, you can extend your right leg to the floor for a little bit more heat in your stretch. Hamstring, hamstring, hamstring. Good. Holding in space, we're also going to now flex that left foot, yowza, back of leg. Point the toes, waking them up here. Again, heel to sky. And point through your toes. Let's do that once again, flexing. And then pointing. I want us to keep those toes pointed. Release the back of the leg, lower the arms, and keep the leg lifted. Then we're going to pull the right leg up to meet the left. We're going to hold the right leg with both hands now and start to lower that left leg downward. Level of lowering is your choice. Head and shoulders can stay grounded or can be lifted for more here as well. We're going to move right into double straight leg, also called, single straight leg, also called scissors. Sorry, guys. Pulsing in twice with that right leg when you breathe in. Switch it out when you breathe out. Pulse the left leg in 2 times, breathing in. Switch, exhaling. We're continuing to stretch the backs of our legs while also in dual, working our abs. Our core is engaged strong here to prevent the upper body from bouncing, jostling, or shifting while the legs are in movement. Let's stay here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Let the legs meet each other. Bring the knees in, lower the head down if it were lifted, and just rock gently side to side to rest. Just checking the time for us, guys. Wonderful. Okay. So continuing to stretch the backs of our legs, but this now will be the entire back of our body. So everything from heels traveling up and out through the crown of the head is going to get a nice good stretch, and we're going to do that through the form of roll-ups. So this will be a core strengthening exercise with a nice juicy back body stretch in between. So let's go ahead and lengthen both legs down to the floor. Actively push out through both heels. So flexed feet to keep the legs active and strong. Make sure your feet also aren't splayed open. They are in parallel with each other, which will also mean you'll feel your inner thighs really rolling and hugging into the midline of your body rather than just kind of splaying open to the sky. Arms behind you. When the arms reach back, we often let our ribs pop up. So let's go ahead and seal those back in. So rolling up, we begin lifting while we inhale. Start with the arms, head and shoulders, and never pause or hesitate. Just continue with the breath out to pull yourself up to seated. Stack tall up first and take your time hinging from your hips. Slow fold forward over your legs. Let the head be the last thing to let go through your arms. When you take an inhale, you'll stack yourself up and look straight ahead. Exhaling, your tailbone begins to tuck under. You push out through both heels and you slowly work your way back to the earth again. Arms the last thing to arrive. Let's start over. Inhale, start it. Lifting yourself, folding yourself, stretching yourself. Do not lose the flex of your feet. Stacking tall, breathing in. Rolling down one notch at a time. Tailbone is tucking, belly is scooping, heels are energetic, and we articulate the spine. I want us to add a little bit to our roll-ups, and that's going to happen right after our fold. So the beginning part will remain the same. Let's start again. Lifting yourself up nice and tall, folding slow, folding deep. Here's where we're going to add on. This time as you roll up to seated on an inhale, you're going to open the arms out to a T. While you do, spread your fingers, draw between your shoulder blades. Exhale, spiral, take a little twist over to the right, getting taller as you rotate. Small, small, small here. Center, breathe in. Don't lead with your arms, only let them follow. Lead with your core, cinch in your waist, and pull yourself over to the left side now. Center, breathe in, reach the arms back up to frame your ears. Breathe out, we finish off our roll up, coming down this time. So I'd like us to take one more with the addition of our spine twist added in between. So head start, breathing in, about tips of shoulder blades, breathe out, pull up, stack tall, slow fold, deep stretch. Inhale, stacking up, opening the arms, hugging between your shoulder blades, pull them down your backside. Taller out through the crown of the head. When you rotate to your right, eyes are moving across the horizon. Breathe in, right back to center. Then we'll take it to the left. Come back through center. I want us to take two more rotations to each side. Right side again. This is strengthening our shoulders and upper back muscles through the hold up of the arms, and then working our core through stabilization and movement. Twist to your left. Center when you breathe in. Make sure your legs aren't shifting. Keep them active. Again to the right side. Center, breathing in. And then off to the left side. Good. Come back to center when you breathe in. Lower the arms down when you breathe out. Take your time to roll the shoulders out one at a time here, alternating. Rolling one, then the other, then the other, then the other. Wonderful. I'd like us to get a nice upper back stretch next. So let's bend our knees and ground the feet. Hug your legs closely together. Then you're going to wrap your arms as tightly as you can behind your thighs, and you're going to grip your arms as firmly as you can with your hands. This whole tight wrap, tight grip is going to be really important for the stretch. And I want you to tuck your chin to your chest and never let that leave its space. I want you to begin to round your spine deeply, scoop up your belly, and try to pull yourself away from those legs as far back as you can pull. Here's the pull energy back with the upper body. But at the same time, I want you to feel the energy of the backs of your legs pressing forward into your arms. Yes. Breathe between those shoulder blades now. Deep inhale. Long exhale. This gets a nice, really good upper back, the entire thing across from like ribs all the way to the other side. Let's do that again. Inhaling. Exhaling. One more time. Send the breath behind you. As you're breathing out, I want you to slowly pull yourself back in towards the legs. Loosen the grip of your arms and let them relax beside you as you stand tall. Okay. I'm just going to take, pardon me, a quarter turn to face forward, and then I'm going to come into a cross-legged position here for a neck and shoulder stretch next. So finding a seated position that's most comfortable for you if cross-legged is not that. And we want to sit nice and tall, arms at the sides with tented fingers, and then we're going to step the hands out also to each side. Arms are about 45-degree angled away. Pushing off your fingertips, I want you to lift up your chest. I want you to pull your shoulders down, and I want you to sit nice and tall. We're going to draw the right ear over to the right shoulder, tilting our head. Nice, sir. So you're going to get a stretch into the left side of your neck. Hi, bud. People want to watch me, okay? For videos. Thank you, thank you. If it's available to you here, and stretch. He's giving his morning kisses. You can wrap your right arm around your head, and the hand is going to land along the left side. You can bring just a little light bit of pressure down on the side of the head to intensify your stretch. Now your left hand is still grounded. Feel the energy of those fingertips pressing down into the floor. Be mindful your right arm is pulled back, your left shoulder is pulled back, hi buddy, and your heart's lifted to the sky. We're going to get some angles here next. So when you take a breath in, I want you to start lowering your chin towards your chest, helping to stretch more the back side of your neck. And then as you breathe out, lift your chin towards the sky. Let's do that again. Chin coming down when we breathe in. Chin lifting up as we breathe out. Let's do that again. Chin towards chest when you inhale. Chin towards sky when you exhale. Let's then take our head on a breath in back to the starting stretch position and keep it there. As you breathe out, your hand and arm lower down first. Lastly and gently, we're going to bring the head back to neutral. Let's switch sides. There we go. Get in a perfect position. Yes. Let's tilt our head over to the left ear, pulling over to left shoulder. Making sure we haven't twisted or turned the head at all, right? Your face is still squared forward. If you'd like to, the left arm can wrap with the hand along the right side. Put a bit of pressure down on that head there. Just never force it or yank it. When we get in this position, sometimes we lose our posture. So just be mindful. Left arm is back, right shoulder is back, and chest is nice and high and open. Getting into those different angles here of our neck. We're going to lower the chin towards chest. That stretches again more of the back side. And then chin towards the sky. Again, lowering the chin when you breathe in. A little bit of a lift of the chin when you breathe out. One more time, chin towards chest. And then chin towards sky. Beautiful. Let's return head back to starting position. When we inhale, start with the hand and arm first, exhaling, lowering, and then lastly, let's lift up the head nice and slowly. From there, just some soft, gentle tips from side to side, just kind of loosening up what we've stretched out. From here, then some nods straight up and down, chin to chest, and then chin to sky. Again, when we're taking the chin down, I don't want our chest to follow. Keep that chest lifting up, keep your shoulders rolled back, and then chin to sky, because that's going to give you that nice, good stretch to the back of the neck. One more time here. Chin pressing into the chest, but chest opening up towards the ceiling, and then lifting the chin up towards the sky. Wonderful. We're going to return our head back to a centered space. We are going to uncross our legs, and let's go ahead and transition next to lie down on the left side of our body here. It's going to be in the show for it all. So here we are on our left side. I'm propped up high just so that I'm not blocked, but you can certainly just prop yourself up with the hand, or you can completely rest on that left arm if that's more appropriate. What I want us to first do is get a nice stretch into the quad, the front of our right leg. So taking your time here, once you've lined up and stacked up, I want you to bend your right knee, and I want you then to pull the heel towards glute, catching hold, foot, ankle, or even your pant leg. Once you have hold, I want you to take that right leg that sometimes lifts up. I want you to hug that leg down towards your left. I want you to feel the energy of the knee pulling back, but the energy of your hips pressing forward. That's going to create a nice taut muscle, which will help to stretch it out. And when I focus just on breathing into the front of the leg, not losing any of those, I can't talk today, guys, I'm sorry, not losing any of those energy points. And also, if you want a little bit more intensity, actively flexing the foot will make that muscle a little bit more taut as well. Deep breaths in, long breaths out. Again, breath in, breath out. One more time here, big inhale. And then as you exhale, let that stretch release, lengthen out that right leg, stack it above the left again. All right, I'm going to work into some side leg series next, focused a lot on the outer hip. We'll also work into the bottom leg's inner thigh. Start though by placing the right hand onto our hip, pointing the elbow straight to the sky. Flex both of the feet. Feel the left side of you anchored to the floor. Feel the top leg hover with a subtle inward rotation from your hip rather than your foot. And then I want you to look straight on to line your neck up with your spine. And I want you to pull your belly in deep to support your balance. When we take our next breath out, we're going to lift that right leg up just a little bit. It's not a huge pull up. And then hover. Reason being, if we lift the leg up too high, we start to roll it open, and then it strengthens our quad instead of our hip. So I want to be really focused on this area of our body here. So lifting the leg and making sure that leg doesn't point upward. Hover down, breathing in. 4 more. 4. Good. Hover. Everything stays nice and steady. Lifting on the exhale. Hovering down on the inhale. 2 more times. We lift. We hover down. This last one, pushing through the heel, pulling up with the hip, firming up the belly. I'd only like us to take the leg down now half of the way. Once the leg is lowered halfway, we're going to actively point through the toes. You'll start to feel that leg really lock up stiff. We're still moving from our hip. I want us to start to draw circles, but I want you to really take your time with these. A circular movement really throws our body much more off balance here. So we need to rely on our core strength a lot more to stabilize us. Make sure that elbow hasn't shifted from its home. And then we find length out through our toes. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Pause, reverse direction. Breath in, breath out. For 3, 2, 1. Let's pause again. Let's reflex this foot. Even more core strength needed. We're only going to do 4 of these. Take your time. Watch this elbow. We're going to bend the right knee and start to pull the leg towards us, in towards us, without the elbow falling back. When you breathe out, press the leg back out to its side. Really rely on your bottom leg for assistance. Dig it into the floor. Bend your right knee. Start to draw the leg towards your body. And then push it out slow. 2 more times. So typically when we pull the leg in, our elbow likes to fall back to try to counterbalance us. Instead, use more core. Push it away. Last time here, leg pulls in. Take your time, knee level with the hip, and then push it out. Once the leg has extended all the way, let's lower it down. We can bend the knee to the floor in front of us and just kind of tap out that hip. He's never really done this before. He's just looking for love today, I think. Okay. He usually wants to have nothing to do with this. He's like on his own. All right, we're gonna work to our bottom leg next. So we're just gonna transition by bending the right foot, or excuse me, stepping the right foot behind the left leg, angling the left leg slightly more in front. I think he's just looking at himself and enjoying the view. We're going to flex the left foot, hover the leg, and we're going to externally rotate now, rolling it open, leading with the heel, hand back to hip, elbow back to sky. This is for, bless you, the inner thigh. It's also for the lower abs. Let's begin. Lifting leg, exhaling, hovering leg, inhaling. Again, lift. And hover, breathe in. 4 more, 4. Coming on down. 3 more. And hover. Yeah, 2 more times, guys. We lift, squeeze in that belly. Good, hover. Once again, let's lift up that leg and let's lower it down halfway. Imagine now there's a marker on the heel of your foot. We're circling our leg here. Energy through the heel still. Keeping that foot really firmly flexed is going to really engage that inner thigh. Breathe. 3, 2, 1. Let's pause and reverse direction. Inhaling, exhaling. 4, 3. Take your time. 2, 1. Pause. Breathe in. We'll bend this knee, pull it into the body. As you exhale, you're going to press the leg out. You're also going to press it upward at a diagonal here. Let's bring the leg in on an inhale. Let's press it away on the exhale. Getting a little assistance here. 2 more times. Leg pulls in. Leg presses out. Last time here. Draw leg in on an inhale. And then drive out, drive up, exhale. Good. Slowly take that leg on down. Hoagie, no one wants to watch us cuddle right now. This is cutting into his dog bark time. I already told him we're going to go, so I think he's just buttering me up. All right, guys, we're going to do that all on the other side. So however it's easiest for you to transition. We're going to work our way to our right side. So lining up the body here. We're starting off with that stretch. Remember that quad stretch now to the front of our left leg. So when you're in position, you're going to bend your left knee, bring the heel towards the glute and catch hold of your foot, your ankle, or your pant leg. Once you have hold, a lot of the times, again, like I had mentioned, the leg kind of pulls up. So we're going to first start with the energy pulling down. Then the next energy, we're going to pull back with the knee, but equal amounts. And at the same time, press forward with our hips. And then foot can flex here to also provide a little bit more intensity for sensation, but not a requirement. We do want to breathe here though. Deep inhales. And then long breaths out. Again, deep breath in. Long breath out. We'll do that once more. Knee back, hips forward, don't lose it. Deep inhale. And then as we breathe out, we're going to let that stretch release. Lengthen that leg out to meet the other. Oh, it's the whole family's here. Okay, I'm just going to be totally blocked through these. Let's go ahead and now hand to hip, elbow to sky. Let's lift up that top leg, roll it slightly in, flexed foot on both. Belly tightens up, we look straight on, and here we go. Second round. Lift the leg up as you exhale. Hover the leg down as you breathe in. Exhale, lifting leg up and hovering it down. Let's go ahead and do 4 more. 4. Jeez Louise, guys, I'm sorry. Hover. 3 more. I swear this never happens. Hover. Oh, 2 more times. We lift. We hover. 1 more time. Pull the leg up slow. And only take the leg down half the way. Do you mind? Once you're here, let's point the toes, lock up stiff. Let's circle the leg, slow these down. Now remember, circular movement really throws us off. So we have to be mindful the core is pulled in more deeply and that we're really working with a stiff leg. Yeah, 3, 2, 1, let's pause, reverse direction, breath in, breath out. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Let's go ahead and pause again and reflex that left foot. Breathing in, the knee begins bending and we start to pull the leg in. Take your time, work slow. Watch that elbow. It doesn't fall back. Press it out. Breathe out. Again, bend your knees, start to pull the leg in slow. Maybe you only pull it in just a couple of inches. That's actually perfectly fine. Work with your body, yeah? 2 more. Leg pulls in and your bottom one still working hard. Press it into the ground. Exhale. That's going to help to stabilize the rest of you. Last time here, leg pulls in, breathing in. Leg presses out, breathing out. Good. Once you've extended, lower the leg. Take a moment to bend the knee to the floor. Tap out the hip. That cleared them out. All right. So now we got full screen coverage here. Hopefully the cat minds his manners. We're going to switch it out to our bottom leg next. So let's take that left foot and step it behind it. We're going to angle, and I forgot to mention this before because I didn't have to guess the room to do it, but we want to angle the bottom leg a little bit more out in front. Reason being, it's going to give us a little bit more range of motion of movement, a little bit easier to engage the muscles that way as well. Hand to hip, elbow to sky. Flex your right foot. Hover the leg and externally rotate. Let's begin. Lifting on an exhale. Hovering on an inhale. Again, we lift. And hover. We'll do this 4 more times. 4. Good. Hover. 3 more. Squeeze into that belly. Good. Hover it down with resistance. 2 more times. Good. Hover. 1 more time. Let's pull that leg up. And then only lower it down halfway. Hold there. Marker on the heel of your foot. Start with those circles. Take your time with these. Just like the other ones, we lose a bit of balance. So as much control as you can keep here. 3, 2, 1. Good. Let's pause and reverse the direction. Breath in, breath out. Use that grounded foot planted down to help support you. 3. Good. 2, 1. Pausing, holding up at an angle. We're going to bend the knee on a breath in, draw in. Exhale, press out, but press up. Reach to sky. 3 more. In. Press. 2 more times. Draw in. Keep flexing that foot, right? Drive out. Watch that elbow. Check in on it. Last time. Draw a leg in. Drive out, but drive upward. Once it's extended fully, take that leg down nice and slow. Wonderful. We're going to go ahead and press up to seated next and get a little stretch into our hips and into our inner thighs. So making your way up to seated, we're going to come into our butterfly stretch. So taking the soles of our feet together here, knees opening up wide. I want you to either hold on to your feet, ankles, or shins to the point where you specifically can sit up nice and tall. And I want you to maintain a flat back. I want you to start leaning into your legs by hinging from your hips. You will be looking down at the floor, but I want you to be able to look about 3 feet or so in front of you. If we look straight down, we lose spinal length. We also lose stretch. So here we are in this space. I want you to take an inhale into the hips and see if they can push back a little further. When you exhale, perhaps you can melt a little closer in towards the legs. Don't force it. It just might be able to happen for you. Okay. So breathe into your hips and then exhale, fold. I guess he got upset I wasn't giving him enough attention. 2 more times. Breath into your hips. Exhale, maybe a deeper melt. Do you mind, sir? 1 more time, breathe into the hips. And then as you exhale, another deeper, slower melt. Let's slowly roll back up to seated, stacking up 1 vertebra at a time, the head, the last thing to arrive. Once it has, we're going to cross our legs again, ground the sits bones and sit nice and tall. Our arms are going to be down beside us with the palms faced up. Don't even think about it. When you take a breath in, the arms reach out and up with the hands lightly touching at the top. Exhale, hands to heart center. We'll do that 2 more times. Breath in, sweep down, reach out, lift up high to the sky, light touch above, and then exhale, bringing it on within heart space. Last time here, inhale it up. Reach to the sky, and then exhale, bring those hands right to your heart space. You're going to keep those there. Lower the chin to your chest, bowing to yourself and closing the eyes. This is our moment to thank ourselves for the work that we show up for, the presence we keep within our practice, and really taking the time to tune into, listen to, understand our body, how it moves, how it breathes, how it structures itself, so that we can have a lifetime of mobility. Thank you guys so very much for tuning in to yet another 1 hour mat Pilates practice. There will always be more to come. Until then, enjoy this one and any of our past videos. Have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.